Disclaimer! In this video that you are about to see, I do get a little ranty over the information we received from E3 about Pokemon. However, I just want to say, I don't hate Pokemon, I don't hate the new game coming out, and I just expressed my disappointed just a little bit. So please don't hate me, and hopefully you guys will see my view. What's up, guys? It's Din's back for the attack, but you already know that. And I have to say, a lot of awesome things came out of Nintendo's E3 press conference. They actually did a really good job, except for some news that wasn't that amazing. And I'm just talking about Pokemon. Now, I'm going to do a really quick breakdown of the trailer that we were shown and the news we received from E3. So let's follow along with me. We are back in Gen 3, which we kind of knew this because, you know, Gen 3 remakes. Everything's been updated in the X and Y style, which, why would they go back? I'm like, graphically it looks better. Everything has been remastered that we used to love in the X and Y style, which, again, we knew this. Steven Stone returns, and we knew this too. We fight Team Aqua and Team Magma, which who else would we fight? It's Gen 3. I'm not seeing anything new here. Mega Evolutions. All 3 starters get some Mega Evolution, which would be awesome news. However, a week before E3, this was released. Yeah. But now to move on to our first pair of news. Well, first confirmed news. Groudon and Kyogre. Their new forms on the box cover are actually their primal forms, which in my opinion, which I'm guessing is just like their megas, however it's called primal form. However, it acts like mega because, you know, you, I guess, evolve them, and as what I read, Kyogre gets a giant special attack boost and Groudon gets a giant attack boost. Now here is another pair of news that now I get ranty on. Groudon's primal form, when he goes into his primal form, he becomes ground fire. Which, at first, well, mostly all fans at first, back in the old days, they thought he was already ground fire, because, you know, he looks like a fire type, because he's all red and stuff. But, you know, no, he was just ground. Now they added the fire type to his primal form, which makes him really, this weakens him to the maximum. This actually makes him worse than he already was. Now, people go back and forth saying, you know, who's better, Groudon, Kyogre, this, that. Now, I was on the Groudon side, because, you know, I always thought Groudon was better. I'm like, they both could take down Rayquaza easily, but I always thought Groudon, you know, he stood a chance against Kyogre if you had the right items on the right turn and just use the right moves and this, that. However, now that he is ground fire, he has no chance against anything, not even with his drought ability. Which, again, in the news, they said he may have a new ability to complement his new typing. Now let's just go in depth with this real fast. 1. Groudon is mainly a physical attacker, unless you had a modest one like I made, but you know. He's mainly a physical attacker. 2. He learns really no physical fire moves because there's barely any, and he doesn't learn any of them. All his fire moves are special that he learns, which isn't going to help him at all. So now I guess 3. His drought ability. Now the drought ability, it weakens water moves and boosts up fire moves. However, they said that he may, like I said, have a new ability to complement his typing. Really, there is no ability that's going to save him from any water move. Hell, he will even die to water gun now that he's ground fire, which in my opinion, that's the worst typing ever. And I'm only saying that because most Pokemon that are ground fire are slow as hell, which Groudon is pretty slow. So he's going to die swiftly. But why would they do this to him? I guess for aesthetics, since he is kind of the volcano or magma Pokemon, but he doesn't have a fire typing, which does make sense. However, now he's eons weaker than he once was. which him being pure ground, he actually could stand. Now he's ground fire and he dies to everything. And I'm just saying everything like water, which mainly people saw Groudon, they would use a water move. So now it's over. And there's no ability that could save him. Unless he's gonna get a super drought, which I guess weakens water even more than the drought would. And I guess boosts fire more than the drought would. However, even if it's weakened even more, he's 4 times weak to water. And it's just... why? Why? He didn't need this. You could have just left him the same. He didn't need it, but I guess they try to make everything make sense. He is the kind of a magma Pokemon. Why not be ground fire? And I guess why not lose to any Squirtle with a water gun too? So now let's move on to another new piece of news that came from the information of the Eagle. We got the confirmation of Mega Diancie. Now, I can't really say much on this besides, it's a legendary and it's getting the Mega. However, this legendary hasn't been released yet, so we don't even know how it plays. It's Rock Fairy, mutation of, what's it called? Something, I forgot. I have one. But that Pokemon, you know what I'm talking about. So, we don't even know how it plays, and now it gets automatically a Mega, so, that's still up in the air. I guess I personally say they should have waited on the Mega, but they didn't. Now let's go to another Pokemon that got a Mega that everyone loves. Mega Sableye. Yes. Whoa. Okay. Now let's step back. No, I'm not trying to hate on Mega Sableye, but let's just step back. Let's just step back and look at this from outside. Now, what is Sableye's job in a battle? Oh, that's right. Prankster ability, Taunt, Willow's Whip, Foul Play, and Recover. Now, he's made to be a setup breaker. He's there so your opponent cannot set up. Now, normal Sableye did this very well with his high HP and defenses. All the Mega it looks like is given to him is more defense. Now, this may be awesome, however, is it needed? Sableye normally does a very good job, and with Prankster Recover, he's going to be living and being annoying for a long time. The fact that they give him a Mega, which obviously looks like they boost up his defenses, and they're obviously going to keep the Prankster ability because that's what made Sableye. If you remove that ability for something else, I guess you have to make up something else. But if they do it for any of the current abilities that's there, besides I guess a Wonder Guard, it's not going to really work well for Sableye. I'm just speculating that he's going to keep Prankster and just get a whole big old defense boost and maybe HP. Which would make him more annoying and make him a definition of a wall. However, it's not needed because you're really taking away you having another Mega Pokemon on your team, and Sableye still does a very good job of what he's doing, and you can't really run him any other way because he doesn't have the stats for it. You could try and it might surprise people, but you might end up dying nonetheless. Would you really give up a Mega spot on your team just for Sableye? If you're running the Sableye team and you have no Megas to start with, then sure, you put a Mega Stone on them. All the more power to you. However, if you know you could have another Mega Pokemon on your team with your Sableye lead to stop them from setting up, why give them a Mega? Now, Sableye, again, he's an awesome Pokemon to give a Mega in theory, but, gameplay-wise, he doesn't really need it at all. Again, not hating on Sableye, but it's kind of unneeded. Just look at Bennett, Mega Bennett. Mega Bennett moved him from NU to UU, and I'm not trying to get all competitive here, but all it really did was make him annoying. Before, he was just trash. Now he's just annoyingly stupid. All he's gonna do with his prankster Mega Evolution is burn you, maybe paralyze you, sucker punch you, and all this stuff. And then on top of that, he has D-Bond. Well, me saying that sounds actually wrong, so I'm gonna say Destiny Bond. So he's kind of there to be annoying now that he has a Mega. And Sableye also did that job very well, except I find Sableye less annoying since I know I could pretty much maybe take him out without him trying to Destiny Bond me. But I'm just saying, Sableye didn't need a Mega, and that's really all the news we got from the E3. With all that news, we already knew it in the trailer, and there's new pieces of news about the Primal forms and Mega Sableye and Mega Diancie. They were not needed. Groudon didn't need an extra typing. Sableye kinda didn't need a Mega. And Diancie, since it's not even released yet, you're gonna probably run Mega Diancie without even know how normal Diancie works, but so all that news, and it's kinda disappointing. Because I didn't learn anything new, and everything I did learn new made me a little irritated. But if you enjoyed this video and and see my point of view, please drop a like and subscribe. Remember, your likes are infinite, and I'm only asking for one. So don't really be stingy. And please don't hate me. Don't hate me. I'm not trying to do anything to make anyone hate me, but if you feel that I said something that may have offended you, I'm sorry. And if you see my point of view, I really just want more news. I can't wait till the game comes out in October, or I might get that mixed up with Smash Bros. Or November. Well, when the game comes out, I still can't wait for it. I'm going to pick it up on the release date. Probably have a midnight release. Probably they won't do that much. But I will be picking it up, and I will be ready to play my Hoenn adventure yet again. So, like I said, drop a like, subscribe if you want, and have an awesome day or night, wherever you may be.